Hi everyone. I wanted to show my choice for my planner lineup for 2023. I have my review of what worked well in 2022 and what didn't. I'll make sure to link that up here in the cards so you can see what I did last year. This year's setup I'm really excited about. These are all things that have worked for me in the past, and I'm hoping I have just as much good success with them this year. So first is my Traveler's Company notebook. This one is from Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Tokyo. I've had this for a couple of years now. I've used this format as my everyday carry wallet since 2019, and that's worked really well. So I'm not changing anything with this setup because I love it the way it is. Correction, I am changing one item. This folder right here, I just haven't gotten to do it yet. They have a coffee themed one for 2023, so I will be changing that out. I just haven't gotten around to this particular one yet. So that's the only thing that will be changing in this particular planner. Next is my tried and true Hobonichi Weeks in the Hobonichi Notes in an A6 size. So I've used this size for a few years now. I really love the pencil board that I got a couple years ago, maybe even last year. Matches perfect. It's like this deep navy and pink, and so it matches this Ohio cover in an A6. So this one is going on my desk at the office. It's just a great jotter type of notebook where I can just take brief notes of maybe a short meeting that I'm in, just a few things that I need to remind myself or I need to ask some questions on. I make sure to jot them down in this notebook, and that way I can kind of jog my memory of things I need to be doing. This is new to my lineup this year. It's actually replacing the Hobonichi Weeks. This is the larger format that I chose to go with this year instead of the Hobonichi Weeks. It is a Traveler's Company, regular size Traveler's Notebook. It is from Starbucks Reserve Tokyo. Wonderful friend of mine sent it to me here from Japan, so I will link that unboxing and setup video there. This year's theme of Traveler's Company is coffee and Traveler's Notebook. So I thought that tag was perfect with this one, along with the Starbucks roastery little cherry blossom from the one in Tokyo. So the setup of this one, in that setup video, I got the double books. So it has 2023 that's divided from January through June 2023. I added the small stickers that comes from Traveler's Company. This has the weekly layout where I have my weeks already dated, and then I can add my notes on that side. So I really love that format. One thing that is different is that instead of the big calendar where I write my verses on, I'll be writing them on just these lines, which is great. I can just write them on the individual line, each verse that I'm doing for each day. So instead of the big calendar, I have a line by line, which actually works much better for the verses that I'm tracking each day. And then it would go in here. For extra notes, I have an extra insert. This is the Nakameguro insert. I may be switching this out for a lined insert. That may be one change coming soon. And then back here, this continues with the July through December, and I'll be able to do the same thing with the verses there. So again, here it has the line by line where I can put a verse in each line, and then I'll start adding my notes. Each one of these notebooks will have their own video as I start into the process this year, so you can see demonstrated what I mean on how I'm using each one of them. This is the one that I am most excited about the changes that I made in it. And honestly, this is probably how I meant to set it up to begin with when I first bought the cover, and then just totally forgot. So this is called the Systemic by Kokuyo. It is a cover made by Kokuyo. You can find it on Amazon. And let me show you why this thing is so amazing. So first of all, it has an elastic band. It keeps my favorite pen. This is a uni style fit, and I can change out 3 different colors. So I love on jet pens, I can pick any colors. So I don't keep my standard colors in this. This is like pink, purple, turquoise. All those kinds of colors are the colors that I decide to keep in here just to kind of keep things nice and fun. All right, so let's go into this. So I'll pull everything out here in a second, but this is the Jibun Techo A5 Slim, the Jibun Techo Days. So the benefit with the Days is that you get, I will do a close-up of this. I do one every year just because I don't think it gets enough coverage. Not many people record it here on YouTube, but this is the most functional planner that I have used for at least 3 years now. It has the big calendar. It also has the everyday like trackers at the bottom. I use those. And then each day is divided up hour by hour for the full 24 hours. So this is where I keep all my functional planning for the office. So that's half of the year. In the other side, I can keep the other half of the year. Last year, I had a spiral notebook here. I don't know why I did that because I never used that spiral. But now I can have my whole year housed in one notebook. So here is my July through December. It's set up exactly the same. But the other benefit of using this particular notebook cover is this amazing flap. So with this flap, I'm able to house the book by sliding it, and it fits snugly into this book cover back here. It has 3 slots, so I can use either my Hobonichi stencils can go in here or some washi cards, but then also I'm able to house my idea book. Now this idea book is also made by Jibun Techo. How it's usually used, let me slide it out of here so you can see how it's in here. How it's usually used is when you get your Jibun Techo Days, it comes with this cover. So your Jibun Techo Days is shipped to you just like this with the second book behind it. And then it has this clear cover on it. So you can store things in the front pocket here, or on the inside pockets, it has like business card holders here. And it has this amazing clear slot back here. So typically what you would do is take this idea book and house it back here, which you could still do in this notebook as well. And it's here. So I could double up and have an idea book in the front and an idea book in the back. But for right now, I just kind of think that's overkill for my needs. So I am going to keep this in the back cover. So I'll show you how I put this in here again. I just left everything original. It's right here on it. The flap just comes up, and this slides very easily into my cover. Here's the other book. It just slides right into that back slot right there. Has bookmarks galore. And then the idea book can slide right in here. It will have its very own bookmark as well. And right here, I can slide in a credit card style washi tape card as well. So I'm really excited that I can fit everything I need for my work planning all in one book this year. I don't have to worry about forgetting for a whole month to switch out from my June book to my July book because it's already in here. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. So there it is. This is the one that will be sitting on my desk at work. Next is we're going to try this one again. This is the one that had the failure to launch last year, but this is one of my favorite covers of all time, just because this is like everyday life, you know, life with family, life with kids. It's where I just like to do a memory keeping journal that's fast and easy. So this one I did pretty good with in 2021. So I'm going to try to do that again in 2023. And again, I'll probably do some journal with me's in this one. It's usually not too private of a journal that I do. So I'll probably share this one as we go along this year. And the last one is my Bible journal. So this is the one for my meetings, my Bible study, conventions, assemblies. It all goes into one book. So this is the Hobonichi cover in an A5. This one is called the Chocho. Chocho means butterfly in Japanese. And I put the beautiful gray Stalogy 365 in here this year. What a perfect match for this cover. So I'm so glad they did not sell out of the gray. That is the one I wanted for this cover this year. And then I'm going to try some MU transfers this year. I thought that would brighten up my notebook a little bit. I'm still going to probably put my name and year on the cover of this one like I've done in the past. I'll show you a few things I've added differently this year. I've taken some time out to at least add a calendar. This one is from Sterling Ink. If you sign up for her free newsletters, you get access to these downloads of some free calendars she has. So I printed out the A5 on some vellum. I have a laser printer, and I printed that out, and it's my first page in here. And then as I go, I can add my notes, and then I just make some graphics as I go. They just kind of help me remember some key points that we've been studying or whatever. And so that is my setup for meetings and conventions. So these are my choices for this year. Again, this is the Hobonichi A5 Chocho cover with a A5 Stalogy 365 in gray. Another Hobonichi A5 cover. Forgot the name of this cover. It was from a couple years ago, but it will house my 2023 day-free Hobonichi. The one I'm most excited about this year is this one right here. It's the Kokuyo Systemic cover with the Jibun Techo Days in an A5 Slim. I have both books in here. So I have January through December all in one book, along with an additional notebook called the Idea Book. This is my daily scripture writing journal. This one's going to be fun too. I'm looking forward to it. It's a larger format where I need it to be larger, and it's a smaller format in areas where I need it to be smaller. This is my general notes. This is an A6, also Hobonichi A6 cover with the Hobonichi notes. That's just an extra notebook on my desk for meetings at the office. And my everyday carry wallet that also has my very own pen, so I never have to touch a pen at a doctor's office or at a restaurant or for any receipt. I always have my own pen with me. So I'd love to see your planner stack for 2023. Let me know what's working for you or what didn't work for you. How's it going so far? Have you made any changes from last year to this year? I'd love to hear all your comments and also check out your videos. So if you have some, please comment below so I can make sure to check out your channel as well. And I'll see you next time.